Hello YouTube, what is up and welcome to my channel, Half Right Place Productions, and thanks for tuning in to War Stories. What is War Stories? This is a video series that I've been meaning to start such a long time ago, and I'm finally doing it. This is the first video, but I've gotten many comments from viewers, subscribers that they want to hear some of the stories or experiences from combat, from war. And I hope in the future I can get the opportunity to interview other soldiers so they can also share their stories and I can put them on the channel as well. But anyway, let's get to it. All right, so this is back in 2011. So I'm going to try to remember as much details as I possibly can. And so at this time, I was in 3-1, 3rd Brigade, 1st ID, 1st Infantry Division, Big Red 1. This was my 4th combat tour. And as an MP, we were attached to 126 Bravo Company Infantry, Vipers. And we were at a COP in eastern Afghanistan. And being attached to the infantry, whenever they go out on dismount patrols or foot patrols, we would go with them. The whole MP squad would tag along. And this one mission that we went on, it was just like a regular old mission. Nothing really, we weren't doing anything fancy or nothing really super important. It was a regular dismount patrol. And when we go on patrols, all the MPs as a squad, we stick together. All the infantrymen, they kind of spread out all over the place. And I remember as we're walking, you know, sky was clear, the birds were chirping, everything just kind of seemed normal. And one of my MP soldiers up front, Jimmy Harris, he stops and he turns back and he looks at me and he's asking me, do you want to go straight or go left? So I kind of stop what I'm doing and I get up to where he's at because I want to see what he's talking about. And right in front of us, there's an Afghan Kalat system, and that's basically like it's like a clay house is what they live in. But it was a whole system of houses. But the one right in front of us on the corner, and it was right along the path, there was a huge haystack. And from all the briefings and all the training and all the, you know, past experiences and, you know, battle history, haystacks are not good. Because sometimes the enemy will put a ground-borne IED inside the haystack to hide it, to conceal it, and then do damage that way. So, you know, I'm looking at the haystack and I said, no, let's go left. So now as the entire MP squad is going left, I remember looking at the haystack and I remember turning my back, and it was probably maybe about 25 feet away. It wasn't that far. And as I turn around, there's a huge explosion. And as soon as that happens, all my training just kind of kicked in as a soldier. And the first thing I did was take cover. So I took cover, I got in a prone, and I was expecting small arms fire, but it was just an explosion. We didn't get any small arms fire. And, you know, when it went off, there's a lot of, there's people screaming. You know, it's kind of chaotic. Our first sergeant was with us. He was getting on the infantrymen and trying to find out where the trigger man was or if we can find somebody. But as I'm laying there, Jimmy Harris comes back to me And he's like, "Hey, are you okay?" And at first I'm a little bit shocked, and I tell him, "Yeah, I'm fine." But then a couple of seconds later, I tell him that um, my leg is hurting. So so he comes in and he looks at my leg, and it's on the back of my leg where the pain is. So for me, I'm asking him to take a look at it because I can't see it, and he looks at my leg and he says, "Oh shit," and he starts screaming medic. So at that point, I know I got hit, and medic comes over. He's doing his thing, giving me an IV. He's cutting over my pants, and I also took shrapnel in the back of my shoulder blade. And when I say shrapnel, it was about the size of, if you take a pencil and you sharpen it all the way down, that pointy lead, that was probably as big as the shrapnel that went in my body. So I'm laying there, the doc, he's fixing me up, he's giving me an IV, and I'm really, I think he gave me morphine, but I really wasn't in that much pain at that moment. I can't remember if he gave me. I know, I don't think he did, because they gave me some at the hospital. So um, I remember looking up at First Sergeant, and he's telling one of the platoon sergeants he's popping smoke. That means the medevac came in, or is about to come in. So medevac comes in, bird lands, and I'm, limping to the medevac, and I'm on a chopper, and I'm just laying there like, like just trying to figure out what's going on. So I land and go to the hospital. There's like, probably like 10 doctors around me. They're fixing me up. They're giving me all kinds of IVs, and um, I remember one of the doctors saying, "We're about to give him a cocktail," and I didn't know what that meant, but they gave me something where it took whatever pain I was in, it just went away, and I was in the hospital for, I think, about just 2 days. After that, I was released and I had to go to a TBI clinic, and I was there with a bunch of other wounded soldiers. And I remember going into the building, and in the place where I was staying, um, it was brand new because all the plywood, I can smell like brand new plywood smell. Um, I'm not sure why that stuck to me so well, but I was in a TBI clinic probably for about 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks, and it's weird because whenever I got injured, I wasn't in that much pain, but as the days went on and my nerve endings were um, they were starting to heal and get better. That's when the pain came. Um, but I remember my hamstring, that little piece of metal inside my hamstring. The entire back of my leg was just bloodshot red and swollen. My shoulder wasn't that bad, and I couldn't walk anywhere for a while. And you know, another thing I remember is, as the days went on, they gave me Percocet to deal with the pain, but man, I was in the most excruciating pain in my life while I was at the TBI clinic. There was days when I was in so much pain. I laid in the bed and just kind of cried, or just went to sleep. Like I was in a lot. I was in a lot of pain. Um, and then 2 weeks later, I had to take some type of endurance test to get cleared from the TBI clinic, And once that happened, I was on the bird, and I went back to the COP where I was at with the other MPs, and um, as soon as I went back to the COP with the other MPs, it was just a good, overwhelming feeling to kind of be back, um, with my guys. Even though in the clinic there were other wounded warriors, but there were all kinds of MOSs, different branches. But when I went back to my squad, it was kind of like this is where I needed to be. Um, and then from then on, we just continued mission.